Hey guys, this is Joel making another video here. This is what's it called, Heavy Rain on the PS4, a game that I purchased earlier on this year when they released the remaster of it. And yeah, it was a game that I played, I think, ages ago on my cousin's PS3, and really fun game. Like, really good story. So I bought it. I haven't really touched it since I bought it, but I thought I may as well play this this game, while I talk about the latest bombshell that Nintendo's dropped on us. So, last night, well, this morning, I was pulling an all-nighter, something I do a lot for engineering, because the workload is so much heavier than what you would get with a maths degree. But anyway, so I was pulling an all-nighter, and when I was checking Facebook before I went to bed at 5 in the morning, yep, that's how long I pulled the all-nighter for. But um, I saw this thing from Nintendo about a new console that they released called the Nintendo Switch. So I thought, oh, this is quite interesting, this ad. And because I heard about the Nintendo NX and all these rumours about it, and I thought I'll watch the ad before I go to bed. Um, so, watched the ad, and it was quite awesome. So the ad starts off with a guy, sitting on his couch. He's playing Zelda. His dog's there, and he's got this console there, which is sort of like on a docking station. It's sort of like, I don't know, it's sort of like a tablet, maybe about the size of somewhere between an iPad mini and a iPad. Sort of like a screen, maybe a tiny bit bigger than the Wii U controller. And yeah, so he's playing this, pretty decently graphics game on his Wii. Sorry, I mean the Nintendo Switch. So that's what it's called. It was previously, like, people called it the Nintendo NX, but it's called the Nintendo Switch, and for a good reason. So he's playing this game, and but when he wanted to go out, like, he could basically just pull it off the dock, and you had the game right there in front of you, like a seamless transition between playing a game on a TV, sort of like what I'm doing here, and just playing on like a tablet device. So, me personally, like tablets, so like we can already sort of do that now with tablets, but the games that are on tablets, excusing maybe Windows tablets, are really crap. Like, even though the technology isn't too bad, just like the amount of I prefer, like, when it comes to games, I personally prefer when I'm out to just play my 3DS. I love my 3DS, as opposed to mobile phone games, because they're all these pay to win crappy things, not really much out of it. So I like the idea of this, like, of a tablet sort of thing. Sorry, I just had indigestion. I had a burger for lunch. Where you can play your console game, and you can bring it anywhere you want. Like, if I go camping, if I'm on the train, like with this thing, I could I can just play it anywhere. I don't know what the battery life on it's like. I'd like to know sort of specs about what the graphics are. I'd be assuming maybe a 1080p resolution on the TV, maybe a downgrade while playing it on the tablet. I'm not sure, but I reckon it's pretty impressive. So, me personally, the last Nintendo console that I owned was a Nintendo 64. I didn't buy a GameCube, I didn't buy the Wii or the Wii U. But this is a console that really has me interested in buying something. I love Nintendo's handhelds. I had, as a kid, I grew up with the Game Boy Color, then the Game Boy Advance, and then took a little while, and then eventually got a 3DS, and I got an limited edition Pokemon 2DS, which I absolutely love for when I'm out. But I reckon this is really cool. I reckon it's being released on March 2017, which is around, well, that's the month of my birthday. So I'm very interested in seeing more of what's going to happen, and possibly get one for myself around that month. So with the ad, sorry for that tangent. So with the ad, you see people, like you see this guy playing Zelda, then it transitions to people playing games like basketball and all these like a few RPGs. You had people in a van playing Mario Kart, who then got out and did go-karting. Mario Kart is the first game I got on my Nintendo 64, and it sort of changed my it's basically what made me a gamer now, that game with Nintendo 64. Again, my sinuses are blocked. So if my voice sounds weird, it's because my sinuses are always blocked because of this terrible weather I have in Victoria. It's sunny one day and it's just cold and rainy the next day, so this spring's been pretty bad. It's basically been like a winter all over again. So a few colds in there, but sorry for that tangent. I keep on going on tangents. And another cool thing that sort of just shows how popular this thing could be is that you've got a woman who's playing, I think, like Super Mario or Mario World, one of those games which looks really awesome. She was playing it, and then her friends were on a balcony, calling her to come over. So all she did was pick up the thing out of the dock, took it with her, and put it on the table out where they were playing, where they were all sitting, and they just played the video game as a group on this small tablet. So I reckon this could actually be Nintendo's revolutionary product. I reckon this could end up selling as well as the Wii did. So the Wii U did terribly. As I said, with this console, it doesn't have to be as powerful as the PS4 or the Xbox One to really have a lead into the market. If a gamer can get decent 1080p or even 720p games on a tablet that actually make games that cater to hardcore gamers, first of all, you've got Nintendo first-party exclusives, which in their own right are what make Nintendo Nintendo. As I said, gaming on tablets and phones are it's a very casual gamer thing. It doesn't really target itself to a demographic that enjoys, like me, who enjoys sitting down and playing video games. Like, I'd love to have like a tablet thing where I could play some third-party game that on the train while I'm going to uni or something. I reckon it would be great. One of my huge, one of the biggest things that I'd love for them to do is to bring out a proper Pokemon a Pokemon mass multiplayer game, not like Pokemon Go, a game where you have this huge open world where you can actually hop on, when you learn fly, you can actually fly to locations, sort of like what they do in Alpha Omega Ruby, Alpha Sapphire. I'm twisting my words. Mind you, only I went to bed at 5 and have had sporadic sleep in between because people in like my family, they all have regular schedules, whereas engineering students have to be night owls to really get the work done. So sorry if this all sounds incoherent. I just really wanted to talk about it because I'm really impressed with what I've heard. So I'd love to see a Pokemon game that, like a decent massive multiplayer Pokemon game that allows people to interact with each other, trade items. Like, imagine like being able to say do gym battles together, go through the Elite Four together. Like to, I don't know why Nintendo hasn't done it already. Like, I live off all the Pokemon games. I'm gonna get either Sun or Moon. I love Alpha Sapphire. That's the one that I got. Pokemon Y is awesome. I bought all three of the original ones. I spent probably hundreds of hours on those when I was a kid with my Game Boy Color. So I lived on Pokemon games. As a kid, I loved Nintendo games. That's what I grew up on until I got a PS2 around 2002. It was quite a funny story that I just want to talk about with Nintendo. So, my first proper video game system was the Nintendo 64, which I got of Christmas '97. Back when video games cost an arm and a leg, well, they still do, but with the dollars and 90s. And as usual, I snooped in my parents' room and I saw this box, obviously the Nintendo 64 box. At first I was kind of disappointed because I was used to just getting toys that were very basic, you could play with them. But all of a sudden I was given this box, but I didn't know what you could do with it. It just had characters on it and stuff, but that console itself is what made me the gamer I am today. My favourite Nintendo 64 game was probably Banjo-Kazooie and Banjo-Tooie. I never got what is it, Super Mario or whatever, the 3D one that came out with the Nintendo 64, but the Banjo-Kazooie and Banjo-Tooie games are what I absolutely loved as a kid. I've been playing through them, so I never actually got to finish either of them. I finished Banjo-Kazooie at the start of this year. I'm very slowly making my way through Banjo-Tooie, so while I'm at uni I get very little time to actually play video games because always doing assignments. But just goes to show that this console, I have hope that Nintendo, I don't want to say make Nintendo great again, but this console gives me hope of a Nintendo that'll find its way again. The games are a little cartridge. It's sort of like a Nintendo 3DS thing. I'd love if you could emulate those games on a Nintendo Switch. That would just make my day. Being able to play those games on it. If they could make an emulator where you could play Nintendo 64 games, etc. on it, being able to play like a Nintendo 64 game on a Nintendo Switch would be awesome. Sorry, bad indigestion. But yeah, I've got really high hopes of it, and as a YouTuber said, with SD card technology we have today, we can now put 256 gigabytes of data on an SD card. I remember the first SD card I got, I think it had about 32 meg on it. That's what I got with my PSP. Now, this is where no other company can really compare with Nintendo. When I got the PSP back in 2005, I thought, oh my god, I'm going to get PlayStation quality games on a portable device, but it never met the caliber of what you could play on a Game Boy or something, it wasn't the same thing. A lot of the games that you could play on a PSP weren't. They always seemed like watered down games that you could play on a PS2. In their own right, they weren't decent games. I really didn't enjoy a lot of them. The first game I got on was Grand Theft Auto, Liberty City Stories, I think, or something. But yeah, I never got into the PSP like I did with the Game Boys. And this is why I have hopes that Nintendo could really make something out of itself with this. If they could make a portable console with power that is maybe almost meeting what a PS4 could do, if they could make a console that's, say, better than the Wii U, that's in between the Wii U and, say, the PS4 or the Xbox One, a console that is portable, that you can actually bring with you, with a decent screen size while you're out, it would be a huge seller, because so many people nowadays, very few of us actually get time to sit in the living room or our bedrooms just playing video games. We've all got busy lives, but if on that long train ride home, you can play a AAA really rich graphics game on a portable console, I reckon it'll be appealing to a lot of people. Especially a lot of people who are just sick of the mobile phone gaming market at the moment. So, this is my video on it. It was sort of rambling. Didn't really have anything scripted. I just wanted to talk about the ad, my opinions of it, my experience with Nintendo, why I want Nintendo to succeed with this console, why it's about 90% likely that I'll be getting one for my birthday next year, because Mario Kart, and because it'll be almost 20 years since I've actually owned a decent Nintendo console, and maybe getting back into owning a Nintendo console that I can bring with me while I'm out for the day would be pretty awesome. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. I hope Nintendo doesn't do a copyright claim or anything because I use the word Nintendo. The thumbnail, I'm wanting to put the Nintendo Switch thing as a thumbnail. Hopefully that doesn't get claimed by Nintendo. But yeah, what's your opinions of the Nintendo Switch? What do you think about it? I really feel positive about it. I reckon this could be a much different experience to what the Wii U is. I think if they could have done what with the Wii U, if they could have implemented it in this way, I reckon the Wii U would have been a lot more successful. But anyway, thanks for watching this video. I'm going to look forward to hearing about more news about it. I'm probably going to get my last assignment done for this semester. Might play the new Pokemon Sun and Moon demo that I've got on my Nintendo 3DS. So, yep, thanks for watching this video. Hope you guys have a great day. Cheers, bye.